Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Tomb of the Kings Road, and we're heading in the direction, well, firstly Clorica, then Kisonica, and then eventually we're going to arrive in downtown Peyia. So if you want to go to Peyia, sit back and relax and enjoy the drive. It's going to take us about 15 minutes or so. I understand that Mr. Neil is chumping down that chicken pie, or the salmon, whatever delicacy his superstar Miss Ali has made for him today. The two dads are sitting there and they're thinking, oh, Peyia, because that's where they're going to stay, somewhere in and around Peyia, probably Coral Bay, I would assume, and they're going to dance the chuchuchka down the Coral Bay Strip as they pop into one of the bars or two, that's for sure. What's going on here, Andrea? The lights have gone to red, especially for me. Now they've changed to amber, so let's keep going. Oh, there's a police car coming up behind us, so we've got to be very, very careful, otherwise they might notice between smoking their cigarette, mixing their frappe and adjusting their flip-flops and their mobile phones. No, they haven't noticed. No, they haven't noticed. There we go. Let's keep going. What's coming up here? Give you a bearing. Coastal, what's it called, that place there? It's called the Capital Coast Resort. Yeah, Capital Coast Resort is on the left. So that means that just up yonder is coming the Aspire British School. So if you've got a littlie or someone like me that you want to educate, this could be the place for you. Fees are about 8,000, 9,000 a year, so that's not too bad, is it? Let's just show this man in his sports car how to drive. There we go. He was pondering how to get round a roundabout, and an old man like me in a big car like this was able to show him how to drive. Most of the locals, shall we say, well, what shall we say? They get to the limit of their driving skill very, very quickly indeed. I understand that most of the time when they're driving, they've got a mobile phone in one hand, possibly in two hands, a frappe in the other, a pork kebab between their legs, and, well, there you go. It doesn't mix out well. Oh, and a set of flip-flops. There we go. And some bag shorts. And that's about it. But hey, that's not a bad thing. That means the weather must be quite good. So if your name is Miss Dawn, you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and of course a dog called Bobo. Well, the weather today, I know it looks not that good, but to be honest, the sea is blue, the sky is blue, Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue, the temperature's about 26 degrees, so that's not too bad, although it could be better, I do understand. But most of the people walking around are looking pretty happy as they walk around in their baseball caps to shade their eyes from the sun, you see, and they've got shorts and t-shirts on because it's pretty warm. So if you're looking for a special place to come for a holiday, whether it be a weekend, a fortnight, or the rest of your life, if your name is Miss Tommy, or you've got a partner in crime called Miss Rebecca, and you're living in downtown Peyia, you see, I know exactly where everyone lives. It could be that perfect place for you. And I know it does look a little bit gloomy. You know, I'm not stupid. I do know. Well, I am stupid, but I do know. And that's this dust that is still in the air. And you know, they're saying that it's coming in off the Sahara and those kind of things, and yeah, it probably is, but I think there's a bit of dust coming in from somewhere where there's a bit of a war going on as well, so all of these things are not helping, are they? And the dust quality, so they say, these are these new things they come up with, aren't they? In May, you know, here's a fact for you, the Weather Authority, so I know Miss Dawn's in charge of that in downtown Paphos. They did a dust quality analysis, or whatever it might be called, and the air quality, the amount of, is this Gumbaru going to stop? He's thinking about it, and then he's all Gumbaru'd up, you see. He just thought, well, you know, I'll overtake that one that's waiting, and I'll just go out. So there you go. These are the troubles on the roads all over the world, but in Cyprus they are particularly bad because, well, they're all Gumbaru'd up, as I say. Anyway, what was I on about? The air quality, wasn't it? You see, luckily for me, I'm semi-educated, so I'm able to do two things at the same time, drive and sort of think. Whereas obviously the driver of that pickup was only able to think about one thing, and that's that small thing sitting between his legs. But there we go. I'm pretty sure his wife tells him every single day. Hold on a minute, he probably hasn't got a wife. Right, let's get back to it. The air quality. So the air quality, apparently there was 6 times as much dust as is permitted by the EU in the air. And you do ponder on these things. So the EU only permits, I don't know what, 1 gram of dust per such and such. But on this occasion, there was 6 grams of the per. So what does the EU actually do? You know, what does it do? Does it go and say, hey, dust, you're naughty boys? Is that what it does? I don't know. I'm pondering. Can someone drop it in the comments? When the EU finds out that there's 6 times as much dust as there should be in the air, what does it actually do? Does it say, you bad boy, you bad dust, go back to the Sahara? I'm just pondering. Anyway, I'm pontificating, and I'm still pondering about an idiot in a pickup. What's the world coming to? And I understand that it's all over the world, isn't it? You've got these idiots driving in cars, and unfortunately, the driving test is not what it should be about. It should be an idiot test. And I understand that, well, the roads in Cyprus will be empty, and of course they take me off it as well. Anyway, that's the rant over. Mr. Andy, Miss Nessie having a spectacular time. They are on a cruise, by the way. They're cruising around in the Mediterranean, and they're popping to all the Greek islands, and they're even coming to Paphos, but not on the cruise. They're coming to Paphos in September. Ness and Andy's Travels, or Andy and Nessie's Travels. Pop it into the Google search bar, and we'll pop their YouTube channel, and you get to see them racing in and around Staffordshire, and you get to watch them going on their cruise. Other superstars, you get to watch them go to car shows and all these kind of things, racing around in downtown what's it called? Norfolk, that's it, man. And now again they're going to pop over to Suffolk now. Stop in Ambersport, family channel. Andrea Mart, pop it into the YouTube search bar, and up it'll come. Gonna have a bit of fun as you watch them race around in their little scalded red earwig of a Ford Fiesta ST. This is downtown Colorica. Yes, that's where we are. There's villas everywhere. In a couple of days, by the way, there's some villas right on the seafront just down there to the left. And we've been invited by the owner, Mr. Yanis, and we're going to go down and make a special video for you. Right on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. They're not the cheapest villas in the world because they are rather nice villas, and they are right on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. So if you want to rent one of them, €200 a day off season, up to around about €400 a day in the peak season. Each villa sleeps 6 people, so what we're looking at, about €2,500-ish a week, isn't it? But of course, if there's 6 of you, that doesn't sound too bad to me, because of course it's your own luxury private villa right on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Spectacular views, you can go fishing. These shops are all very close by, although I would recommend that you get a car. But it depends on what type of holiday that you want. Well, downtown Kisoniga, that's where we are. Just over there is the supermarket with the cafe called the Wraith Cafe. I believe it's the best coffee shop in this area. I travel around Cyprus testing out coffee shops. Perhaps I should start a YouTube channel on the coffee shops of Cyprus. And of course, I'd never run out of coffee shops, because there's more coffee shops in Cyprus than anywhere else in the world. Well, that's how it seems. It seems to be coffee shop by coffee shop by coffee shop. In fact, there's not enough room anymore. They're actually building coffee shops on top of coffee shops. And I've heard a rumour that in the new block they're building in the former Debenhams, they're going to build 2 coffee shops underground, and then 24/7 stories of coffee shops above ground, just to make sure that whatever floor you are on, you can get a coffee. And I need a coffee because I'm struggling with my English. I really am. So on that note, why not click through to our About page, where you consider to buy us a coffee or 2 on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. That's a way where you go to a platform, register one of your credit cards or your bank card, and you are able to buy us a virtual coffee. And obviously we can choose to do whatever we want with the money. Most of the time I just pop it into the benzene tank in this old Mercedes, because, how do I put it, she needs a drink or 2. So where are we now? This is the Kisoniga Crossroads. So if you wanted to go up to Kisoniga Village, you would take a right. If you want to go to the beach, guess what? You just take a left. Coming up now is the CU Beach Bar. And if you like a beach bar, like the superstar known as Mr. Daniel, who's going to bring his sweetness out here very soon. If your name is Sherry Wright, guess what? This is where Mr. Daniel is probably going to be serenading you. There it is. CU Beach Bar sits on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. A lot of people now know that this is the final descent into downtown Peyia and Coral Bay. The peninsula that you can see sticking out on the left hand side across that blue Mediterranean Sea, that is downtown Coral Bay. Hotels, apartment complexes and villas to die for. That's where people come in their thousands to have a spectacular holiday. And I understand that Mr. Neil, Miss Ali, and of course the two dads are coming here very soon indeed, as are many other people. My mate Welsh Dave, Welsh Dave's coming, and of course that means Rachel's coming, and that means she'll be looking for a weather chime. But unfortunately, Mr. Dave, unfortunately, we've sold that weather chime. Sorry, Miss Rachel, give him a smack round the back of his head. But we're going to do our very best to get another one, especially for you. Downtown Peyia is coming up. That's Coral Bay, like I say, on the left. We are going to go straight through the centre of, should we say, Peyia, along the main coastal road, heading out towards Sea Caves and St. George. We're going to go past, well, we're going to go over the Coral Bay roundabout. Sorry, James Henry, David Potter, really sorry, we're not going to go down the drag today, but you never know, on the way back I may make a special detour just for you, because I know you really like that road. You like to check out what's open and what's going on, as do a lot of other people. But we're going to go straight on this occasion past the mega store known as the Paphos supermarket. I mean, by other country standards, perhaps it's not a mega store, but by Cyprus standards, it's a pretty big supermarket. He's got his own restaurant and bar. He's got his own furniture shop at the back. He's got his own DIY shop. It's a pretty big business by Cypriot standards. If there's anything that you want, to be honest, well, I would be shocked if you can't get it from Mr. Phil. You can't buy a car though, can you? No, you can't buy a car, you can't get your car serviced, and you can't get your car bodywork done, because that's what Mr. Paul does. There we are. So if you want to buy a car, you come to me. If you want to get your car serviced, you come to me. If you want some bodywork done in your car, you come to me. It's that simple. Downtown Coral Bay is on the left. If you take a right there by the, well, what should we call it? It's a frappe making van and does sandwiches. But if you take a right there, you go up into Peyia. I say if you take a left there, you go on the Coral Bay Strip. We're going to go straight. If you want some money, that's the Bank of Cyprus there on the left. Pop in there with your gun and a balaclava in your head. Normally they chuck you 50,000 or so. They just want you to get out quickly because they've got frappes to drink, and you know, lunch is coming and they've got to go home. So this is downtown Coral Bay. This is the mega store known as Paphos. Like I was saying, there's his big orange sign with blue writing, the best colour in the world. This first building on the right is called Phil's, and that's his bar and grill. Then it's the supermarket. Behind the other small shops on the front is the DIY section. The shops on the front he doesn't own, but if you want a nice coffee, banana coffee, you can go in there. If you want some up and down underwear, because you didn't like the up and down underwear that Phil was trying to sell you, there's a branch here, and there's also a shop that sells you properties and a pharmacy. So, not a bad little place, is it? If you want a bit of a pork kebab, chicken kebab, there's a roastery on the end. We're going to keep going, and we're going to, well, cusp. On one side it's Coral Bay, and on the other side it's Peyia. Both of those areas are in Peyia. Confusing? Not. Peyia is a big place. So Peyia, you've got Lower Peyia, Mid Peyia, Upper Peyia, Coral Bay, Sea Caves area, where the superstars known as Lord Richard, Lady Julie Nash, and the Viscount Leo like to hang out a while back, and it always brings memories for them when we're driving around this area, because of course they lived here for just over a year, and the superstar known as Mr. Leo went to the TLC school. My English is gone. I need that coffee. So this video is going to be ending pretty soon. What's the price of benzene, by the way? €1.37.9 if you're in a big gas guzzling diesel like this. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, want to hit that like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for that a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. There's the good Barry with the petrol station and the pickup coming the other way. I was just giving him a flash and he was giving me a wave. Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again very soon.